Hello guys. So today we are going to make stuff for our junk journal, stuff we could put in it and make it more interesting and so on. And today's little theme will be booklets. So the reason why this one is out, even though I'm not going to work with this one especially today, I make my junk journals approximately the same size, which means the pages will be about 12 centimeters, about 5 inches wide. And if I'm going to make a little booklet to put in a pocket or put in a belly band or something, it needs to be smaller than this, okay? Now this junk journal is kind of, I have leftover space here sticking out, and I can make stuff sticking out, but approximately I want to stay within 5 inches, 12 centimeters, and make it even smaller. So maybe we make it, I think 10 centimeters too big to maybe make some little small 8 centimeters. What's that? That is just over 3 inches wide. Fits me. You go for what type of junk journal you have, what size junk journal you have. So let's for example take this little guy. I can't make the same size little pamphlet or folder or decorations or whatever you want for this one that I can make for the other one, because they're a different size. So think about what size you are working on and try to figure out something that fits you. And if you make multiple journals, this will be a perfect time to, what's it called when you make a lot of things at the same time? Mass making. Wow, I'm losing words. So let me move some stuff out of the way here. What's the first thing we need? We need some type of cover to put on. Okay, so for the first one, we're gonna make something like this. This is made out of scraps, so stuff like this, just paper strips, paper cuts. That's what we're gonna make the cover out of, and then some stuff to put inside. So let's start with making the cover. So I'm bringing out all my little strips here. Now, if you're gonna make the cover like this, the only thing you need to think about is how fragile is the paper. Do I need a backing? Do I need something else? But I'm gonna try to make it's similar to this, so no backing, just strips of paper. And we always get happy when we get to use our little scrap piles and our little saved stuff. And there, I didn't see my glue. Let's move you like that, maybe that's better. So I simply just put my strip down and remove the needle, so actually glue can come out. Oops, dear. Okay, so now I have my other glue bottle. Same stuff, but different. Same but different. Yes. So let's try this a little bit. Yeah, now it's working. So I just put a little bit of glue at the edge. Now you can use double-sided tape, but I don't really like double-sided tape because they tend to lose adhesive over time. And I have other people have given me things that has double-sided tape, and I really appreciate getting handmade items from people, and it breaks my heart when they break. Not the people, but well, it breaks my heart when people break too, but that's not what I meant. I meant when the double-sided tape doesn't adhere anymore, so things fall apart. Glue is better in my opinion, but it is people feel differently about them. Some people love it, some people hate them. So all I do is just glue some stuff together. Very difficult, highly complicated, complicated. Yes, there we go. And I'm gonna rip that off. Put another. Now what I'm aiming for, and you might want to do differently, I don't know how you feel about it, I want variety, but still kind of same-ish. I don't know words, like they match each other. They're not the same, but they kind of match. So, and sometimes I do one on each side. I mean, let me put that aside, and I'll show you what I mean. So sometimes I do this. There we go. And then after I glue that one there, I flip over and I glue the next one over here. And you get a slightly different pattern and different feel to it. Now, this paper is slightly fragile, so let me grab something else. Grab this one. There I go. And you don't have to make it straight or anything at this point. You can straighten it out and cut it down later. Now you're just kind of making the base for... I figured I'll just glue a few so you can see the difference in... Sometimes you need a bit more glue. Okay, now this bottle is starting to act up too. Oh, can you see any? Oh, we're off to the side here. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I forgot to check the screen. The screen. I forgot to see where we are. Something like that. Bloop. And I flip it over. And I just keep going until I have a length that I like. Now, if I do... So this one, I did the flip over technique where I glue this one here, then I flip it over and I glue the next one there, and you get slightly different feel of the paper. It kind of looks slightly differently than if you just keep it one side and just you get a slightly different look to your finished paper. So let me just keep gluing these for a little bit. I'm gonna pause you and I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, so here we are, and I don't know why there's a shadow here. Where does that come from? I don't know. Here we are. I have done 2 of these. I don't make them very high because they are gonna fit in our junk journals, and it doesn't need to be higher than that. Now, if you want a stiffer paper, you can always go on the back side and just glue more paper on. You can do a layer, one more layer on top if you want to. You can even go in and do it sideways. So let's see, kind of like this side. So let's say this is the back side of this one. So what I simply do is just... Now, when you do the back side, you kind of need to use more glue than just putting down at the edge. So you can do this, and then I do a little overlap. So I put a little bit of glue overlapping, and I put some here. Let's grab another strip, and we put it over the glue like that. There we go. And again, a little overlap with glue on top here. And a bit more glue here. So you can see there's some lift here, so I'm putting some more glue in here. Now, the glue itself will also help to make this stronger. Doesn't kill you, makes you stronger. I'm sorry about that. I did not mean to sing for you. I humbly apologize. And let's grab another piece of, let's use a white one. And if you don't like using the white strips, you can always do stamps on them. You can take the strips and just stamp a lot of fun stuff on them, and then glue them together and get the pattern kind of randomized and stuff like that. I don't know why I'm so out of breath today. It's like I forget to breathe today. Kind of weird feeling. It's like I'm just all the time. So sorry about breathing heavily into your ear. It is what it is some days. And And let's slap this on here. Smoosh. So it's quite easy to make these, and you use up a ton of scraps. So I'm going to continue all the way out, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now I've done both sides like this, and so what I want to do is either you can cut or you can rip. Now this is still quite wet, so normally I would just put it aside, do the next one, let this dry. Now the question is, do I want to rip when it's wet? It could go very wrong. So yeah, I'm not doing like straight anything. I'm not really good at doing straight lines, straight cuts, straights, anything. So I'm doing these first on this side. These I'm tossing. I'm actually throwing paper away. But I'm gonna move slightly outside and do a cut on the back one. So I just moved like a millimeter out because the glue is still making this very wet, so it's hard to cut and hard to rip. So my recommendation, let it dry. There we go. And maybe I should do some more little kind of mouse nibblings. So let's go there, and I kind of just cut off the little extras. I'm gonna go from the other side because this is I'm following kind of this side here, not exactly, but kind of ish. And let's go a bit further down. This one goes quite far down. So this is, oops, I'm not doing a good job here at all. So this is kind of what I'm left with when I cut off the little extra sticky outy bits. And I want this fun thing to be on the front, and I'm just gonna fold this. Just kind of decide where you want it and how you want it, and it moves on me. It likes to move it. There we go. So as you can see, this is not straight at all. So the question is, I can just cut that bit. Oh, I've eaten my scissors again. The little mean gnome has been out here. Now you can use fancy scissors, you can rip it, you can do anything you want actually. Yeah, I'm gonna, actually, let's do this. Let's rip the corners. There we go, and that. I like that. Yes, let's go for it. I actually want this more scraggly, and I have a tool for that has disappeared on me. Now you can use a scissor or just a ruler or just anything, but now it's, yeah, that works. Just distress the edges a bit. You don't have to do any of this if you don't want to, because let me show you what I do with the other one. But I kind of want this. Yeah, let's go with that. Let's move this out of the way. There we go. So here we are. And we have a very distressed one, and it's going to look awesome inked. Now I have this one. This is just one layer, and as you can see, it's not perfect. I can always put in extra glue there if I want to, or you know, you can put another layer, napkin, just something else if you want to. So for this one, I'm just gonna fold it in half. And I'm thinking maybe I want to leave the edges, but I'm thinking it's going to be slightly too wide. Yes. It's going to be slightly too wide, so I need to cut it down a little bit. And you can use the lines on your mat, on your craft mat. It's getting darker outside, so I need to... So I'm kind of looking at where my bottom line is here. Normally I look on the top line, but since I'm sitting down, this is easier. And I'm gonna follow this line here. And I have plenty of glue on my fingers. How strange. I never have glue on my fingers. That's a lie. I'm always covered in glue and paint. It's the happy. Now you can keep these and use as an edge trim on your in your junk journal like this. Let's just pick a page here and you can just put them on the edge here and make a little fun edge trim. You can ink it if you want to, and you can do you can ink it if you want to make everything pop a little bit more, and yeah, you can have quite a lot of fun with it. Okay, so now we have 2 covers here, and let's put some paper together to put inside the cover. So here I have a big bunch of packaging material that I can use. So let's take this one and let's rip. They do have this perforated things, but they want to, depending on the paper, there are, even though they look very much the same, there are some very different papers. So let's fold this in half. I'm thinking this could be, I'm gonna move all of this out of the way. But I'm thinking, retract your knife, put it away when you're not using it. So let's see where we go with this. Something like that. And in there. It's going to be slightly bigger, but I can rip it down. Rip and tear, I think I can do 2. So I'll fold it in half again. Ish. Doesn't want to obey me. Obey me. Come on, paper. Your paper, you're supposed to listen to me. Since when? Yeah, so let's rip that in half. There we go. And I'm actually going to rip this part off. I'm going to rip this one's a lot thinner, and the other one I'm going to leave a bit wider. So again, no real measuring, just kind of, let's see how it goes, kind of thing. So let me see, those are almost exactly the same height. So let's rip off, let's do this. I'm putting these on the outside. Kind of want similar height. Let me do that. There we go. And let's see. I'm gonna do this one goes down, that one goes up, and that one goes. Do you see what I'm doing here? So I'm putting them different. They are the same height, those 3 inner, but since they are wider, I can cut them down, but I don't want to. So instead, I'm using the different heights. So like that. So I'm putting them in different directions in there. Not directions. What's the word I'm looking for here? I don't know. So let me, one more page for each. Like that maybe. And I'm so covered in glue. I should go clean off my hands. I know it bothers some people, but I think they came to the wrong channel. I'm always covered in glue and paint, so if you don't like that, I don't know if I'm the right channel for you. I don't know if I'm the right channel for you. Oh, come on. Why is this so difficult? Okay, so when you can't get a full grip on it, take your craft knife, take the tip, put the tip under, put your thumb over, be gentle so you don't cut yourself, and just pull. That, put your thumb over and just pull. So for this one, I think I'm actually not gonna go with different heights. I think I'm gonna go like that, and I'm gonna check approximately how high do I need to get it. I need to cut it down there-ish. Could be a bit shorter, so maybe there. And I'm following the lines here. I need a new craft mat. Can you tell? Grab my knife again. And oops, lock it. There we go. And I did a noopsie there. So let's figure that one out. There we go. And this part here, you just clamp it together with a stapler. So we do this, and we put this in here, and I put that one there, and I put, oh come on, be nice to me, be nice to me, that one there. Let's put something else in here too. Let's take this one and just grab it and put it in here, and yeah, that looks kind of cute. So I'm just putting a little staple right there, and if you want to, you can put a sticker, washi tape around the top. You can put some glue and wrap some string around the top, anything you want like that, or you can sew it together at the top. You don't need to staple it like this one, but the fastest thing is to staple. So ta-da, now you used your scraps. Okay, so now we have this one and we have this one, so let's sew them together. Okay, so we're back. I'm using this needle with kind of a big, there we are, kind of a big, I'm over here all the time. I'm so sorry. Using this needle with kind of a big hole, and I'm using a threader because older. And I have this one with embroidery floss. I don't know what you call it, floss, yarn, thread. And I'm kind of doing 2 and a little bit. It's usually enough, and I have the same length for both. I'm actually gonna put a bit more because I might put beads on them, so maybe there, and do half. Then I have for enough for both. Now sometimes I do like this and I use the full thread. Now these ones, if you look carefully, you can see they have many different strands, so you can kind of divide them into like 2 or 3, or you know, put I think this one has 6 strands. Let me push it up a bit so I can see better. Yeah, 6 strands, so I can put like 3 and 3 and just pull it apart, and I have 2 smaller threads, but I'm gonna use the full thickness this time. So I have 1 thread for each, and I'm simply gonna sew it in the way it is. I might want to fold in this later on, and I'm gonna just pre-poke a little bit. So I pre-poke 1 in the middle, and I pre-poke 1 at the top ish and 1 at the bottom ish, like that. And I usually put a clamp here to keep them in place so they don't slide around too much. So there we have 1 poked, and since this one I'm not gonna make it that high, I want to make it a bit shorter. Let's do, I want this sticking out at the bottom. This is kind of too long, the yellow one, so maybe I do the yellow one centered, and this one sticking up and that one sticking down. The question is if this is gonna be too long for a junk journal. No, it fits. If I have a belly band across there, it's gonna be perfect. Good. If you're making a lot of these, you might want to do them more, what's the one I'm looking for? Diverse, so they all differ slightly and can be used in different ways. So did a poke hole in the center, do 1 almost at the top and 1 at the bottom. I'm leaving quite a lot of space because they are in different height. And now I put my little thread on. Now I'm gonna start from the outside. Oh, the hole is, yeah, I did get it through. Okay, I didn't need this one this time. So since I want to put beads on, I want to start on the outside, because that means the knot is going to end up here. So it's going to be like this, and it's very easy to put beads on here to make it more decorative. Usually I put the, ooh, stop sliding around. Usually I put the beads on when I decided what journal it's going to be on. And my poke hole says, yeah, there it is. So I go in through the center. And this is so easy. We've seen it done so many times before. And I'm leaving a bit of yarn, so I'm grabbing hold to that so I don't pull too far. And I go out through the top. You can go out through the bottom, doesn't really matter which way you go. And you go down to the... I did poke myself. I'm good at that. There you go. And then you go back through there. Now I have both ends on the same side, and I don't want that, so I'm just gonna lift this over, bloop, to the other side. So I get one end on each side. There we go. Now I have one end on each side of this, and I'm gonna pull, not so it breaks the paper, but kind of tight-ish. And I do a little double knot. Sometimes I put a dab of glue there, but this is just a small little thing to put on the inside of a journal, so it's not going to have the same wear and tear as the journal itself. And sometimes people take them out and use them for notebooks or whatever. And now this is ready to be decorated. And let's sew this one together. I'm going to use these ones I really like. So what you do is just put this through the hole. So it's through the hole on the sewing needle, and you put, now you have a bigger hole to put the thread through, and then you pull it through like that. Ta-da! And your needle is threaded. I have no idea what you saw of that because I keep going over here. I need to learn where you are. I need to film more often so I don't get too lost. So I go in through the center because I want to put beads. So I'm going through the hole there, the center. Oh. And this time I go through the bottom. It doesn't really matter if I go through the top or through the bottom. Secondly. And now I hop to the leftover hole up here. And through, I'm gonna need some more thread. There we go. And I go through here, through the center again. And this time I make sure I have one end on each side of this one. And come on, go. I'm trying to get my finger in between the threads here, because there we go. And I pull out the needle and just a little bit more, and we tie a knot. We'll tie another knot and come through. There we go. So there it is. Now I'm thinking, do I want to leave them like this, or do I maybe want to fold them in? I think I want to fold them in. Do a little flippy outy here, and I want to do, I'm going to go this way, this one, like that. There we go. And now you can decorate this one. So there we go. And this one I just put a sticker and some stickles on. That's all I did for that one. And you still have the long flippy, so you can put some beads on there and so on when you know what journal you're going to put them in. So let's say I put this in a blue journal, then I might want to put blue stickers on here. And if I want to put it in a green journal, I'll put green stickers on. Something like that. You can put some stencils on here too. I have a hard time just stopping. Have you noticed that? I just want to do a little bit like that. Let's grab this. Let's grab this baby. Oh, I don't want to do that. There we go. And I want to put it a bit higher up. There we go. Now let's do, I don't want to do the whole thing, but I want to do some of the pattern. So let's, and I have some black ink on here, and it kind of gets mixed when I brush, so some of it's gonna be darker, and some of it's gonna be browner. And there we go. I just want to do a little bit. Oh, I like that. I like that. I like that a lot. Let's do it on the other side too. I was gonna end the video here. That didn't work. No. There we go. And let's get some more ink on this little makeup paddle. And just, I don't want to do again the whole thing. I just want some parts of it. There we go. Yes, I like this. I like this very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, I wasn't gonna decorate them in this video, but yeah. So next time we're gonna do some more of these. We're gonna make some of these, and we're gonna make a lot of these. So we're gonna use up our scraps, and we're gonna keep doing some little stuffies to put in your junk journals. I'm gonna go now before I start decorating even more. So that was that, and let's be back in the next video with some more of these little booklets. I don't know what to call them. I'm about to say pamphlets, but that's not the word I'm looking for. Like little booklets, little notebook, little thingies to put in your junk journals, and using up a ton of your scraps. Yes. Love you guys. If you like this video, if you like the ideas, if you like hanging out with me, please subscribe, put the little bell icon so you get notified when I post another video. Because YouTube tend to forget to show it to people if they don't press the little bell icon, so they get the little things around it. Because we were going to do that later on when we're working on the biggie journal. So, like I said, if you like this, give it a thumbs up, give it a follow, give it everything you got, and I love you so much.